Hi, everyone. This is Jackie Cooper with Crypto Mom 2, and I want to welcome you back to the show. I'd like to ask that you definitely like and subscribe so you can know when I'll be dropping more episodes. So I do a lot of reading, both on Medium as well as other platforms. And I found this article that even though it was dated 2018, a lot of the information is still very relevant. So I wanted to share with you and sort of do like a read aloud. You guys know that I'm a teacher as well as a lawyer. Read alouds is what we do when we're teaching in school. In any event, what I'm going to do is to share my screen so that way I can do a running commentary about some of the aspects that we need to be thinking about when we invest in cryptocurrency and or when we're thinking about using cryptocurrency as a payment system. Now, I do want to say really flat out, these shows are not financial advice. You need to do your own research. These shows are educational, and there's always high risk involved in anything you do on the blockchain. But in any event, the person who wrote this is it says a Dutch version, and you can see the name of the author. And the title of this is Which Cryptocurrency Becomes the Future Payment System? And so what he's talking about here is the number of crypto coins, to include Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, and whether they will be, what are the factors involved with using them instead of euro or a traditional coin. Now, we know that there's been a lot of changes happening, that there are countries that are now looking at stable coins, but this information still gives you an overview as to what to look at. And in the research that he did, you can apply this information for when you're doing your own research. So he looked at 32 cryptocurrencies, and he examined the security, the availability, the user friendliness, the technical user aspects, maintenance, and he looked at market cap, and he looked at a variety of other places. So Coinmarketcap is a place that many coins get put, and it's if you're on there, then you supposedly you have a certain standard. But again, this is something that you need to research. So what he's talking about, and again, I will put the article within the blog below, so that way you can reach out to me to actually read the article. He looked at 350 of the first mentioned currencies on Coinmarketcap, and anyone can go to Coinmarketcap and see, everything, and then you can do your own reading in terms of the white paper and everything else that they have on their platform. But specifically, if the website of the coin specifically mentions that they want to be a means of payment, then the coin was included in this investigation. So that's important to understand. There are some coins that are not thinking about being used as a currency. So again, you have to do your own research and definitions. The currencies place 351, 2,079 are not included to limit the amount of work. So he obviously, pre-selected, which is fine. But again, he was looking at a lot of different factors. So CoinMarketCap is only used for the selection method and source of data. No attention is given to the ranking method CoinMarketCap uses. And so what he says is it turns out that 32 coins met the criterion. Most token or coins present themselves as a platform to facilitate other functions, and therefore fell outside of his criteria. So, these are the coins that he looked at, and I'm going to keep going down. Again, I'm not suggesting that you invest in any of these coins. This is purely for education and information only. And he said that the coins were listed alphabetically, and given the list of the coins, there were specific characteristics that were searched, and they placed it on the spreadsheet. So the different coins were the coins that they rated them excellent, very good, good, fair, or poor. So that was based upon the various rankings within the categories that they were looking at. So they looked at safety. And most important thing about a potential coin is the safety of the blockchain that goes with it. The user must be able to trust that the coin cannot be hacked easily or that you can easily be robbed. And therefore, the value coefficient of the subject of security has a high value of 3 for what he was doing. Security problems that a blockchain can run into are, for example, so-called the double spend, the 51% attack, selfish mining, sidechain mining, etc. It takes too long to discuss these kinds of security problems, but there's plenty to find on the internet. The security of the blockchain depends on a number of things, which the mining system is used with which the protocol, how much mining power is on the network, what it costs to perform a 51% attack, whether the wallet can be encrypted during stake, whether extra measures such as master nodes, et cetera, are taken. Again, he created a table with a rating system for the security. And so that's the rating system for the security, which you'll be able to read and look at. I'm not going to continue to go on because our talk show is a little bit shorter than the time to read an article. Availability, that was the next category that he looked at. And these are categories that you need to be looking at when you do your own investment. Security, availability. Availability means that whether the cryptocurrency is easy to purchase, whether it has to become a commonly used means of payment, in a short time. So for example, to be able to exchange it to fiat. So buying and selling process does not have to run through BTC. Okay, so again, he was looking at that aspect of it. The amount of exchange in which the fiat crypto coin pair is present and it's more important than the 100 exchanges with a BTC crypto coin pair. What that means is he's looking at whether you can directly exchange that coin into a fiat. If you have to translate it from the crypto to Bitcoin to fiat, then that involves more than one transaction. So again, he has various coefficients and he has, again, looked at that. So again, you can check out the article. Use aspects in relation to wallet. If a coin wants to be attractive to the public, the wallet, of course, has to be eye-catching according to him. For me, it's not eye-catching, but what has to happen is it has to be easy to use. If a crypto coin does not pay attention to its own developed wallet, but relies on a third-party wallet, then he considers this a flaw. Third-party wallets have the big disadvantage that you're dependent on the continuity of that party, whether it responds adequately when an update or similar needs to be done. That's why native wallets are rated higher than third-party wallets. And because you always have a wallet with you, it's important that mobile wallets are offered. So what he's saying is that, is it a computer-based wallet or a mobile wallet? With most coins, the desktop side is okay, but mobile wallets are the bottleneck. Especially the iOS version is often missing. Again, this was in 2018, so it might have changed. In addition, transaction fees is important. A too high fee will make micropayments impossible. Fortunately, the transaction fee for all coins is low to very low, except for BTC, and which costs BTC a few points. All right, so what he's saying here is that every time you do an exchange from one coin to another coin, from coin to fiat, there's always a need for movement. There will be needs for fees. And so if you can't change it from one to another, then that provides difficulty, because the purpose of a coin currency is for ease of use, so you can buy a product or service. All right, technical aspects of use. In this topic, he discusses transaction time. The shorter the transaction time, the higher the score. Obviously, the reason why is if you want to buy something, you don't want to be sitting at a store saying it's taking a lot of time for my transaction to go through. You want it to be fast and easy. He said at this point, again, this is 2018, only a few coins go through, from a speed perspective. And so again, this is something that you need to kind of look at. So what he explains here, short simplified explanation, when a new block is mined, it is announced with a very short, small message. If a node notices that this is a new block, he will make, meaning the node will make a request to download it. Then the node gets the whole block that can be big. Data transfer speed slows down if the block is not 2 kilobytes, but 2 megabytes. Not everyone on this planet has fiber. And then the node has to count on the data. Only when that is done with this will this node have the block available for other nodes that are interested in what is the newest block in the blockchain at that moment. If you have a large network of 1,000 nodes, 70% will be up to date within 10 seconds, but 5% will not be aware of the latest block after 1 minute. That's really interesting, from the perspective that we're dealing with a blockchain. So every bit of information is critical in this blockchain. If after 20 seconds, another miner finds a block with the same height and shoots into the network, you have a good chance that you'll have a temporary soft fork on that part of the network. According to the mentioned PDF, Bitcoin with its block time of 10 minutes had a chance of 1.79% per block. So that, again, this was in 2018. Therefore, it was decided to block time. It was decided to block time shorter than 1 minute with fair or with poor block times of 15 seconds, et cetera, to access. So again, these are technical things. Again, this is what he was doing in 2018 when he was doing this score ranking. But this is important for everyone to understand. The mining time involves sharing of information, which also involves security within the coin aspect. This assessment should only include the number of transaction seconds within the network and process, but the data is not available with many coins, while others claim that they can handle 1,000 transactions, but cannot prove this because the busiest network so far only has to process 3 to 4 transactions per second. So again, proof of what they are saying is important. Next area that you need to be looking at when you are looking at, getting involved with the coin is maintainability. It's important that you're confident that the crypto coin will continue to exist and develop. That's why we've looked at how long the coin has existed, how many changes have been made to the coin software, both in the past and as well as in the present year, and how much design capacity is spent by the developers on maintenance and new developments of core software. A coin that only exists since 2017 might not achieve the highest score because the history is short. So again, that's something that you need to be looking at when you get involved with a coin. That's where there's high risk. If the coins are not around for a while, Bitcoin's been around for 13 years, so it's shown stability, even though there is market fluctuations, it still is here. Inflation. For a well-functioning economic system, a small amount of inflation is always required. Again, they talk about that. With the crypto coin, this can be achieved by mining new coins versus the power work or via stake with a power POS. It's then important that this is done a bit dosed and neatly. Again, he is talking about this because if the market, it's all about market. And the inflation is calculated on the basis of the block rewards against the circulating supply. So not the maximum supply. It's all about what is in circulation. The chosen method ensures the inflation will decrease over time and is therefore a snapshot with a reference date. For this case, 2018. Again, he was doing this in 2018. The next area that he looked at was pre-mine. A big item within the crypto world is the pre-mine of a coin. A few years ago, the crypto purists did not even consider coins which started with a pre-mine to be fully fledged. Today, now with ICO, after the other is launched, the thoughts about the pre-mine have become somewhat more nuanced. To develop a good product, some capital, of course, it is indispensable, and the pre-mine can form a good basis. Again, you need to do your research. This is another area of interest. Negative points. There are always some items on a coin that has a negative impact. So there might be a penalty. There might be a number of coins are very well focused on privacy. If crypto really wants to become a means for payment, crypto cannot escape regulation, as we know that we're finding it right now. Okay, so I'm going to skip on down. So in conclusion, this research is not completely objective because it depends on the value of the coefficient of the chosen subjects and the rating per subject, among other things. The researcher made assessment on the basis of this knowledge and experience. Again, he does include a spreadsheet. And so he rates the coins. And again, he also talks about accountability. He used the data sources for this was Coinmarketcap, Bitcoin Talk, CoinWarts, and other websites as well. So I want to definitely thank him for doing this research, because I also think that a lot of this is really important. I just want to do a quick recap. So when you are looking at researching a coin, what you need to be looking at is when was it created? You do need to read the white paper and the light paper. You need to think about, what do they talk about safety? You have to think about availability, use aspects relation to the wallet, technical aspects of use, maintainability, inflation, pre-mining, if there are any negative points mentioned, and just again, how many have been in existence. Don't go by the hype. Do your research. This is a really great area to become involved in, but again, this is something that, like every other product or service, you need to do your research. I'm here to support you. Definitely, please reach out to me if you have any questions. Also, I will also share that as a lawyer, I am definitely dedicated to helping you with your estate planning and any legal questions that you have. So reach out to me. So I'm happy to help you with that. And finally, I have authored a book for adults who want to open up the conversation with their youth or family about the blockchain. It's called the Bitcoin Cinderella, and you can get it on Amazon. It's being translated into Spanish, Portuguese, German, and French over the course of this next year. Definitely reach out, get a copy of that, message me back when you get a copy, because I'll give you access to some free online resources. Again, thank you so much for everything that you guys are doing in the blockchain, and the creativity that there is phenomenal. I will talk to you soon. And everyone, remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. We're all interconnected and we're all one world. Talk to you soon. Bye.